This is tremendously exciting for Operation Action UP, and it is calling to my heart because I'm going to be calling up on this stage one of my first students from Northern Michigan University. And Lee Francisco, who is currently the CEO and founder of 906 Technologies, grew up in a little 400-person community, Amasa, where his parents ran a hotel and bar. He came to Northern Michigan University and he completed his bachelor's in computer information systems. He went on to get a master's degree in training and development. He started with two part-time employees, and now he's grown to 28. What's exciting about Lee's story is he represents the business future. We're seeing a current transformation in the way business is conducted. It's conducted anywhere, anytime, and through the heart of technology. And so I want to congratulate Lee. Now, you make me tremendously proud, but he also makes us regionally stand out as a place in which young people want to stay, want to grow, and want to recreate. So Lee, please come on up and join everyone. Join me in applauding Lee.
Thank you, Dr. Fernie. There's not too many students who take an 8 in the morning economics class, but I was one of them, and it was a great class. I think the slide that I really enjoyed was the diversity slide from Michael Langley. And in Amos, 50% of the Asians were named Lee. And the other 50% were named Carrie, who happens to be my brother. And looking at this room, it looks like 100% of the minorities are named Lee. Let's see. But going into 906 Technologies, I'm going to talk about two companies here. But 906 Technologies, we started in 2005, and I think we were the first 906 brand or company. We came up with the name after a long trip downstate where we got a dictionary, and my wife and I were going through all the names, and it's hard enough finding a company name, but it's also hard to find a domain name that's available. So as I got to thinking about the region, I thought of 906 and technologies, and sure enough, anything with a 906 with a name after it was available for a company name and also the website URL, so that's why we stuck with it. In 2013, we were voted Michigan 50 companies to watch due to 3 years of continued growth, going from 5 full-time employees to, in 2010 to 18 by 2013. And currently we have 28 employees. 906 offers a bunch of services, whether it's hardware or software. The IT services that we do offer are disaster recovery centers, exchange servers, networking. Recently, the Hockeyville, USA was at the Lakeview Arena, and we actually got to work on a project with the NHL because they needed specific standards for their wireless networks. And as we were talking to them, they had these standards that they didn't think that companies up here would have understandings of how complex these networks were. And when they handed us the data sheet, our technician, Joe Menzies, our partner, looked at it and he's like, oh, I've done this numerous times because prior to 906, he worked at Siemens where he did NASCAR networks, so they knew how to handle those types of networks. We handle fiber communications as well as VPN networks for businesses. We do telephone and security systems, and so that's the hardware side. But on the other side, we have a software division. And software, we do everything from website design to development to custom software solutions and e-commerce. We have clients all over the country. In fact, one of our mobile devs works at Credit Suisse, who is currently working on mobile apps for high executives up there. So we have a broad range of talented people who can serve a multitude of needs, and we're proud to be able to grow in the Marquette area. So what's the future for 906 Technologies? Recently, we just moved into our new building. So it's great to have a building that we can invest in. It's 5,300 square feet. Our goal is to eventually add in a second floor to get to a little under 11,000 square feet. But it's a building that we can grow in and call it ours and be proud of. The other parts are our partnerships and new opportunities that as we continue to grow. My business partner, Russ Tripp, also owns UP Rehab, and we've been fortunate enough to work on numerous projects with his growing company. Projects like the EMR system and a new athletic training app that we're looking to launch here pretty soon. We have e-commerce partnerships with Hardcore Pursuits, which is a nationally syndicated hunting program. And then Temp Gigs was, you probably just read about in Word on the Street, is a day labor software that will allow people to find jobs fairly easily. And it's not going to be full-time work. However, some people are just looking for part-time, and that's the goal, is to connect people who are looking for any type of work with people who are looking for employees. We just started a contract with a company called Paster Downstate, and their goal is to bring digital content and physical content directly from the artists, digital artists, celebrities, or inventors into a digital marketplace where it allows them to easily find their products or goods and market it themselves. So we look forward to that partnership as they have a lot of potential growth opportunities, and we look forward to working with them. 906 Engineering is a company that a lot of the partners within 906 Technologies formed in 2015. And I joke that we're probably the 53rd 906 since there's so many other 906 companies, but we're focused with 5 full-time employees right now. And we will be moving from our current location, which is in the picture, to a three-stall garage right behind our new building, which will allow us to be better connected with both companies. 906 Engineering offers a multitude of services and products. We have a guy named Pete Menzie who does amazing things with electronics. He actually builds circuit boards for a lot of the controllers that we use. We have a guy named Pete Menzie who does a lot of mechanical engineering, who does pretty much any problems that we have, he fixes. We have a guy named Pete Menzie who is a hydraulic engineer, and he's working on a lot of the products that we see have tons of potential for the area. We bought a 3D printer, which allows us to do rapid prototyping of some of these devices or products. And one of the featured products that we do have is called a aftermarket snowplow controller, which allows people, if you have a original snowplow and you need a controller to replace it, our aftermarkets will work with a plow, and it also offers certain features that your original plow controller may not have. It's a growing industry. We have a small percentage of it now, but we look to grow that considerably in the next upcoming years. So the future of 906 Engineering, we do have a lot of products that we are developing. However, with one guy who's an expert in 3 different areas, he's pretty spread pretty thin. So some of the products that we do want to start working on is a supercapacitor liftgate, which which allows lift gates to to operate even when the vehicle's off. And right now, it takes about 26 minutes for a lift gate to charge the batteries. Our technology would do it in under a minute. So anyone with delivery capabilities don't have to wait the 26 minutes to recharge to deliver. We're working on new salt spreaders. The hydraulic valve and pump is something that is really, I think, has tons of potential because the hydraulic valve and pump industry hasn't changed in 50 to 60 years. And our engineer, Pete Menzie, came up with a new type of hydraulic valve and pump, and we're looking for partnerships into doing a proof of concept funding and trying to figure out how we can disrupt an industry that hasn't been changed in 50 years. So if you think about a $60 billion industry in hydraulics, we're hoping to be able to change how they operate, and that's something that I think could bring a lot of jobs and opportunities in manufacturing to the area. And then, of course, the snowplow controllers. We're looking forward to the new partnerships that we do have, and also growing what we can. I want to thank Carolee Swanberg from the Lake Superior Community Partnership for nominating us, and Amy Klickner is here to on her behalf, and I work with Betsy quite a bit over there as well. So thank you for your support and nomination. I want to thank Ray Johnson and Marilyn Clark from the Smart Zone. I'm on the board of the Innovate Marquette Smart Zone, and anytime you get an opportunity to encourage local entrepreneurs to come out with and risk coming up with a new idea or risk starting a new venture, we just have to encourage it and support them. And without the support of the local community that we have here, without the support of partners, 906 and 906 Engineering probably wouldn't be where we're at today. So thank you to Operation Action UP for this recognition, and also the 906 business staff, partners, and the family members. So thank you for everyone's continued support for the last 11 years.